Hi, this is Nikki, and I'm here to share messages that I get from Spirit for all of us who are all on this journey to love and to reunite with our divine vibrational matches in this lifetime. And the other day, all my messages go from one to the next, and they all come through from guidance that I get and from doing people's sessions and what I am just guided to do. So I did a Whatsssup reading, and you might have seen it a couple of days ago. And then this morning I was just guided to do it again to set, because more information wanted to come through. So the questions that I asked was, what does our twins want to tell us, or what does your twin want to tell you? And it was to know that this relationship is more moving towards a sacred union. You are already together in all of the other realms. It's just this physical realm that we're trying to navigate. And so you might have felt this energy if there's been a reset over the last sort of week or so, and it is definitely that's why things have been feeling quite stormy. But basically there is a fork in the road, right? So we've got to keep following the signposts. We've got to keep following the signs and the synchronicities and the messages that come from Spirit to guide us back to the right path, and to know that the divine spark lives within you. So for each of you, you and your twin, you have lit each other's divine spark. It's like once that spark has been lit, it just burns and burns and burns inside, and it will create miracles, so change your life in all sorts of ways. And so this message is to say, look, the spark has been lit, and this relationship is moving towards a sacred union, and it is bringing up lots and lots of basically lots of decisions need to be made about which way to go. So if you always put the intent in to follow your highest path, that is the best way to keep moving forward towards your sacred union. So what do you need to do? And this is so brilliant, because it is, if you're not in physical reunion with your twin at the moment, then you have probably felt at some point rejection. And that rejection basically comes with so much, learning, because actually the learning is that in reality, the rejection is there to help your soul growth, to help you. And look, why this is so brilliant, because what we need to know and what came through is like the coming apart of the ego, the coming apart of the old self, because actually this is truly your soulmate. Your twin flame is there to be the mirror, and that rejection is there for a reason. It's to help you come apart from your old self, and that old self is the one that says you're not good enough, or the one that holds all the negative, the negative blueprints that we've kept around ourselves through many centuries, and through social dogmas and all of those things. We've got to come apart from that for us to really move into the light of our souls. And so that's why this is so perfect to say, if you're sensing that rejection, it's protection for yourself, because we need to come apart from the old self before moving into the full light of ourselves. And we can only do that on our own path, right? Because ultimately the twin flame journey is one of self-love, and you have to do that on your own before you can come into balance with another. So the next one was, what does the universe want to tell you about your connection with your twin? And this is so lovely, because it's saying, take action towards what lights you up. So basically the Yang card is about taking action towards whatever lights you up. You're a star seed, here to be a light bearer, and to understand that you're here to, these connections are about protecting the treasure within. So if you and learning how to dance in the rain, she's like, this song always reminds me, this card always reminds me of Rihanna's song Umbrella. And the Rihanna song, We Fell in Love in a Hopeless Place, is the one song, my twin sent me a clip of it, one New Year, he just sent me that. He just sent me the few lines where she sings, "We fell in love in a hopeless place." And so so the universe is saying, keep protecting that connection that you have within. Keep remembering those moments that made you know without any doubt that this was a connection that was very, very profound and had a deep impact on you. And that's because it was the twin connection. But with that, the action that we need to do is to do what lights us up, because the only thing that you can really do is to accept the connection and let it go. And say, okay, I know that this is my purpose. I know this is what I'm here to do. I'm going to follow my highest path, and I'm going to take action every day to do what lights me up. Right? So that's what the universe is saying. It's like, protect your inner light, protect this connection. You know what's right for you. Only you know the history of your connection and all of those, magical moments that happen, and magical synchronicities and magical messages and songs and magical signs from spirit. All of that, only you know. So protect that, and then do what lights you up. And be prepared to send it out to the universe and just say, okay, I trust. And that's the best way to release all of the angst around the connection, and to hold it up to the universe and say, I trust in my path. I trust that I am protecting my inner light by handing this over to you. So then this next one, which is so perfect, is exactly, because the next question that I asked is, what does the universe want you to do to help? And look at this. This is so perfect, because it's saying to know that this is happening for you, not to you. The other unfolding rose. And it was to regeneration, but look, it's the tree. So again, this is like grounding the connection in. It's about putting your feet deep into imagining the roots of the tree going deep into the universe, and trusting that we are here to bring these connections from the spiritual into the physical. To trust that somebody, even though that they might have rejected you, then trust that underneath they are secretly yearning for you, because you are each other's home. You are each other's comfort. You are each other's growth. And so with that, there is this beautiful message about, the rose. The rose comes up again and again and again and blooms again and again, but it has to die out and come through that, nature's growth process, just like these connections do. But ultimately, this is the reason why there is that really, really strong connection, because you feel like home to each other. And the whole point is that this is for regeneration of the earth, and you are here to be part of that regeneration of planet Earth through our bodies, through our DNA, through our cells, through our intent. We are creating a new way of living, a new vibration, which in turn we all feed each other. We're one massive ecosystem. So we feed the trees with our love, and the trees will love us back. So, and this is so beautiful, because it's Ideal Crystal Grid, which is for twin flames, and it's all based around the forest lovers who are entwined together for eternity around the oak tree. And everyone that joins gets a piece of rose quartz, which I fill with the intent of bringing all twins into their reunions, to anchor love and light to the planet. So really important to remember that everything that's happening for you is happening for your growth, and every stage of your journey, it's exactly where you need to be at that time to help you grow. So what do you need to do to help you onto your highest path? And this was great, because it is to say that the path of awakening is a path of initiation, right? And you've got to go through, look here, dark and stormy tunnel into the Neverland behind, into the land of milk and honey, the rainbow. Follow the leader up to follow your intuition up to the tree again. So how to go on your highest path is to constantly know that, you know, each challenge you come up to is a rite of passage. Each challenge, I mean, it would be very dull if we didn't have to really fight in a way for these connections. Just like anything, you know, climbing a mountain is not easy, but it makes, you know, when you get to the top and you see the view, it's an incredible experience. And if you hadn't had to have that challenge to get up the mountain, it would not feel the same. You wouldn't have the same reward. So that's what this is saying. So for every day, put on your highest path to live your rainbow path, to be asked to show the signs to live your truth. And the more that you do that, the more you will see that everything else that comes, all the challenges that come, are part of your rite of passage. It's just the way that our human experience and our soul growth happens. But with your twin, it's to say that this friendship or whatever situationship that you have with your twin is leading to more. Because ultimately what your twin wanted to say was that, you know, this connection is leading to a sacred union. So, and then the special message from your twin, the last one, was this. It was about saying, what is that special message that your twin wants to give you? And so it was to say that this connection is fated. So no matter what has happened, then remain open to love and remain open to the connection. And when there are those times that you feel like maybe your connection is being interfered with, because the other guidance was to protect yourself, to protect your connection, cut the cords with all, basically how you do this is you ask for Archangel Michael to help protect you and your twin's connection. And imagine Archangel Michael with his sword, and he can cut away all cords that are interfering with your connection and help him to protect you. And the more that you do that, again, the more that you know that your connection is protected by the angelic realms, and the more that you can move into that space of comfort and knowledge and knowing that you're being protected. And also take rest. That's the other message, is to allow your mind to rest and be at ease, because that's the hardest thing with these connections, is to really trust, is to move out of that fear, move into love, move into trusting that this is a divine connection, which is indeed fated. It's written in the stars. It's all part of the cosmic plan. It's all part of the great initiation into a new way of being in this world. And so remain open, because if you look, she's wearing green as well. Green is heart healing. And so if you have had to go through that sense of feeling rejected and having to, again, release your connection, so that you know what's right for you will come back to you, then that the reason why that happens is because there needs to be healing that happens. We're always on a journey of healing. We're always on a journey of growing. And look at that. How brilliant is that? I just realized she's at the top of the mountain. Brilliant. So she's got to the top of the mountain, you know, and she's throwing her arms out to the universe, and she's saying, yeah, I did it. I kept focused on my goal. So, and they also wanted to say, because this is a special message from your twin, is to say that this feeling that you have, it's a mutual attraction. So don't think you're going crazy, because it is mutual. So trust that everything happens for a reason, wherever you are on your path. If you are not in physical union with each other, then that's happening for your soul growth, because time apart, the distance helps you bring clarity. Clarity for each other, clarity for your awakening, clarity for your soul growth, clarity for what you're here really to do, to really shine your light. Because we have to, the message from the twin was, we have to come apart from the old self and the old way of being in order to move into the light, the full light of our souls. Because, you know, to be that star seed, to be that light bearer, it's about finding what really lights you up and taking action on that. So, and remembering that everything that happens in between is happening for you, not to you. It is all divinely orchestrated. So trust, trust, trust. Because ultimately, your twin is your divine soulmate, here to move you towards the fullest expression of yourself. So I really hope that helps. If you would like a healing, a reading, a channeling, or a WhatsApp reading like this to find out what messages want to come through for you and your twin, all details are in the description box against this video. But in the meantime, I hope you stay well, stay bright, and stay switched on to the light. See ya.